find the equation of the line with x-intercept -4 and y-intercept -5. So remember what x and y-intercepts are. Y-intercept is when x is 0, so that's going to be the ordered pair 0, -5. And x-intercept is when y is equal to 0. That's always the case. So y is 0 and x is -4. So in other words, I have to find the equation of the line going through these two ordered pairs. So since it doesn't say anything, I'm going to say it wants it in y equals mx plus b form or slope-intercept form. So I'm going to need to find the slope and the y-intercept, and it looks like the y-intercept I already have. It's given right here. I just need to go find the slope. So in order to find the slope, we're going to use the formula for slope. I'm going to call this x1, y1, x2, y2. So I have -5 minus 0 over 0 minus a -4. That's going to switch into a positive and give me -5/4 for the slope of this line. So I have y equals m is -5/4. X plus b is right here, was already given to us, which is -4. So plus a -4 or minus a 4. I'm sorry, it's a -5, so minus a 5 is what we have, and the equation of this line is y equals -5/4 x minus 5. Next example says find the equation of the line that's parallel to this given line. It looks like y equals 4x minus 2 and passing through this ordered pair 1, 3. So since it's parallel, I'm going to pull out the slope of this line that they give me and use it over here because it's parallel. Remember, parallel lines have the exact same slope. So the line I'm looking for has a slope of 4 and it goes through the point or the ordered pair 1, 3. I'm going to go ahead and start with the point slope form of a line, y minus y1 equals m x minus x1, and use this given info. So y minus y1 right here is 3 equals m, we've got a 4 for the slope, x minus and x1 right here is 1. I'm going to go ahead and simplify. If it said give the point slope form, I could stop here. So this is the point slope form. But it doesn't say anything, so I'm going to go ahead and simplify. And once I simplify, I'm going to get this in slope-intercept form. So we're going to distribute that, and we're going to end up with y minus 3 equals 4x minus 4. Isolate the y, and we have y equals 4x minus 1. And this is the equation of the line in slope-intercept form, which is often the one we use when we graph a line. And whoops, let's move on to the next example. It says find the equation of the line perpendicular to y equals -1/3 x plus 4 passing through -3, 5. So I'm supposed to find the equation of the line. If it's perpendicular, I'm going to use the opposite reciprocal slope. And that slope will be, make it a positive and flip it, get its reciprocal. So that would be a 3 over 1 if I take the opposite reciprocal. And I'm going to start with the same point slope form of a line. Use the y1, 5. Use this slope here, opposite reciprocal of, remember, -1/3, because it said it's perpendicular. It's going to be a positive 3. X minus x1 right here is -3. And double negatives make a positive. So this would be the point slope form of the line. I'm going to go ahead and simplify that. Distribute the 3 and make it a 3x. Distribute the 3. 3 times 3 is 9. And once I simplify this guy, I'm going to get, it looks like the slope-intercept form of this equation. Okay. Next example, It says water flow. The graph shows the amount of water Y in an 80-gallon tank after X minutes have elapsed. Is the water entering or leaving the tank? How much water is in the tank after 3 minutes? Well, we start with 80, and as time goes by, notice the line keeps going down, so it's actually leaving the tank, because at 1 minute later, it's down to 70 gallons, whereas initially there were 80 gallons. How much water is in the tank after 3 minutes? Well, 3 minutes is on the x-axis, so I go to 3 minutes, and I go up, and it looks like there's 50 gallons of water after 3 minutes. Find the x and the y-intercepts, explain their meanings. So for part B, remember x-intercept is where it crosses the x-axis, so that's going to be 8, or you can put it in ordered pair form, 8, 0, and it looks like it's basically when all the water has ran out. Right here, the y coordinate, if you look at it, is 0, so the x-intercept means after 8 minutes, no more water left. They asked us to interpret the x-intercept as well. The y-intercept is right here where it crosses the y-axis. So the y-intercept is 8, or in ordered pair form, 0, 8. And what does it mean? It means that initially there were 8 gallons of water in the tank, basically. Part C, find the slope-intercept form of the line, interpret the slope as a rate of change. Well, for part C, we know slope-intercept form of the line is y equals mx plus b. We can get the b from the graph. We already know that's 8. We found that in the previous part. Now I just have to go get the slope. Well, to get the slope, I can do this just by counting my steps. Any 2 ordered pairs I want. I can even use this ordered pair and the y-intercept if I want. Notice I go down 10 units and then I go over 1 unit. So it looks like the slope is -10 over 1. I went down 10 units and 1 to the right. And the -10 is basically the gallons, and the +1 is the minutes, if I want to put units with it. So I have -10 x plus 8 as my plus 80. I'm sorry, I have 80 gallons initially, 80 gallons. Sorry, I blocked off that 0 and I read that as an 8. So these are all 80 for the y-intercept, 80 gallons initially. The y-intercept is 80, so my equation in slope-intercept form is -10x plus 80, and the slope means that 10 gallons are lost per minute. In other words, it's leaking at 10 gallons per minute. Part D, let y equals f of x, find the domain and the range. Okay, so for the domain and the range, we're basically looking at the x and the y values and what values, what range, or what interval, in other words, it covers. For the x values, it looks like it covers x such that x is stuck between 0 and 8 minutes. So the domain is anywhere from 0 minutes to 8 minutes is what the graph covers. And for the range, which is the y values, it looks like the graph covers anywhere from 0 all the way up to 80. So y is between 0 and 80 gallons. Just a quick note again that remember the y-intercept is not 8 but 80. So initially there were 80 gallons. We found the equation to be y equals mx plus b, and we got the slope by just doing our rise and run from the graph. We interpreted the slope to be 10 gallons lost per minute, and the domain and the range are x is between 0 and 8 and y is between 0 and 80.